All right, man, so here I am with the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver, former light heavyweight champion. We're here for fight week. We got a big fight, Spence, Crawford. I know you've been talking about it like, now it's here. Everyone's here, you see how packed it is. What's gonna happen tomorrow?
Man, you know, I've been trying to dissect this fight, but I don't want to be wrong.
But you know how sports is, we're all gonna be wrong.
My prediction is if it ends early, Crawford. If Spence is able to break him like he said, it's gonna be past 8, 9, 10, late. That's my prediction. I got Crawford winning early, I got Spence winning late. You know what I mean?
If it goes past 8,
past 8, I like Spence.
With Spence, right, everything is gonna be down the middle. 1-2, 1-2. Crawford is kind of looping. How do you think that's gonna play out?
Well, when I look at this fight, I look at the advantages that each fighter has.
What advantage does Spence have? Which ones does Crawford have?
Spence has the aggression, his height and reach a little bit, but see, sometimes pressure, you put pressure on the wrong fighter, it can spell traps, you running into big counter punches, and Crawford is one of the best in the business at that.
Is he the best finisher in the game?
I think he could be the best finisher in the game. Inoue is a good finisher as well,
yeah.
He showed to me. So, but Crawford has knocked out every welterweight he's been in the ring with. Talk about bringing your power up from the lighter divisions.
From 35 from 40.
He's really filled out in the 147-pound division. Now, Errol Spence has been there a long time.
We started at 54 and moved down to 47.
Right, so we know he's a big boy. Depending on how hard that weight cut was.
He said he's going to 54 right after this. No matter what, win or lose, he's going to 54.
Depending on how bad that weight cut is, it could be tough if the fight goes late. If Crawford putting hands on him early.
What I mean? What about the advantage though of having the early morning weigh-in where you got 30 hours to rehydrate and not the 24 hours like y'all did?
Are they doing the weigh-in the day of?
No, the weigh-in was already this morning.
Okay.
The weigh-in that they're gonna have right now in a few hours, that's the show weigh-in.
But that's good.
For show.
They're gonna rehydrate well. You can expect Errol to be the bigger fighter. But being the bigger fighter, I hope that don't hurt his mobility in the ring. Because Crawford got some good feet. He's never out of position. He set traps. He's a thinking fighter. And I don't think Errol has ever faced a fighter that thinks like Crawford.
It's easily the best fighter both of them face.
Easily. Hold on, man. Easily. There it is. I'm doing an interview. That's why I asked you to hold on. But one second.
Just give us a few minutes.
1 second. You know, they're easily the best fighters. They both. So, in that, it might elevate both their games. And we may have to see something that Errol Spence hasn't shown us yet in order to get this win. He think it's going to be just pressure. It might have to be game plan B, plan C in order to get this done.
Right.
Because I just don't believe Crawford is the type of fighter you can break. His mindset is too tough, bro. He's too strong mentally. You feel
He's not gonna lay down. You feel like
he ain't gonna lay down.
Even if he loses, he might not.
You gotta knock this. You gotta. Some guys you can make quit. Some guys you gotta knock out. You gotta knock out Spence. You gotta knock Crawford out. These guys ain't gonna quit. No, you gotta knock them out. So I expect this to be a hell of a fight. Ebb and flow until it ends.
This is what boxing needs, right?
Yes.
You know, is this the biggest? We talk about fights like De La Hoya, Trinidad, Leonard Hearns. If this is what we needed, could this be the Barrera Morales American version?
Most definitely.
Because you know how some fights you got the mega fights, but then it's boring, don't live up to the fight.
They're undefeated.
But there's no way this can't, right?
They're undefeated. Now we had Trinidad and De La Hoya didn't live up to the hype. But I just believe these two fighters have the ingredients to make each other great when they meet up. I think styles make this fight.
We know how Spence is coming. Spence gonna come, and he's gonna put that pressure. And we know Crawford is gonna wait to counter. So that's what I'm saying. So this is
now. What if that pressure puts Spence in a bad situation early?
Well, he gets hurt. He has to box.
Do we have another game plan? Does he have a B and a C plan? That's what we're gonna be watching. Can he make adjustments?
Okay, like Leonard Hearns, right? You had Hearns being the stalker, and then Leonard hurts him in 7th round, and then he becomes the boxer. could we see something like that where it changes up?
And so
Crawford's
great fighters always make adjustments and acclimate. You can see 3-4 different fights in this one fight. You feel me? Because both of these fighters, believe it or not, they're thinking fighters. But I believe Errol's gonna have to think a little bit more because he's a physical demon. I mean, physically he try to mose and break everyone. I don't think Crawford is breakable. The man got shot in the head. They both escaped death to be here tomorrow night. It's gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. One for the ages.
Let me ask you, just leaving off real quick, Antonio. With this fight, the winner, where does that put the winner? Is the winner the face of boxing, the pound for pound?
To the winner goes the spoils. He could be pound for pound, depending on the pay-per-view. Pay-per-view king could be the face of boxing. But Canelo still has the last word on that. He got a hell of a fight coming up with Charlo. It's little Charlo, but still, you know what I mean? That's gonna be a hell of a fight to prove that Canelo still is the face of boxing. He can prove that he still is the face of the sport.
How's that fight gonna go?
I don't know.
Charlo going up 2 weight classes.
Depending on what Canelo we see.
Do you see the
old
decline?
the old Canelo or the new? I wouldn't say decline. He's just been fighting bigger. He's been fighting, stronger.
He's not cutting no more.
He's trying to bang these guys out rather than use his technique and skill. And I think his technique and skill is what's going to be able to get him through these 3 monster fights he got with PBC.
Canelo's one of the few Mexicans, right, where he makes his defense look cool, where his defense is a point.
Smooth.
Has he got away from that?
He needs to go back to that. But I can't give him the game plan because this is what I get paid for, knowing what to do. Knowing what my fighter should be working on and breaking down that game plan for my opponent. That's what make a trainer great. But I can't give him the game for free. You get somebody that knows.
So Charlo and Canelo, is it a great fight? Is it a war or is it a mismatch?
I told you, no, these 2 fighters is gonna be a great fight, bro. Canelo and Charlo, bro. Come on, man.
So do you think moving up with the weight is actually gonna help? Charlo, I was speaking to Joe Guzman.
I don't know. He said
he's not gonna have to cut no more.
There's been some guys that has moved up and had some success. And they always like to use the Hopkins versus me.
Yeah.
But you can't. You gotta put an asterisk by that fight. And just trust me on that. You feel me? The man ain't never been in there. He's never been in the ring with Antonio Tarver. You can go back and watch that fight. It's not an indication of what really would have happened if everything would have been.
You at your best, you feel like 2003, 2004,
everything was level. You see a different fight all around. You feel me? But I can't. It is what it is. Now I'm never gonna say Hopkins couldn't beat me. Don't get it twisted. I'm saying Hopkins don't never outclass me in a boxing match. That's all I'm saying. But he outclassed me then.
Yeah.
And ain't no fighter ever in the history that I stepped in the ring with ever outclassed me. That was the only time. I just think it don't fit, bro.
Yeah.
So you gotta look deeper.
Yeah.
You gotta look deeper into it. But they always want to use that. No, if Charlo can move up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo, it'll be because Canelo was way past his ultimate prime. And that's the only way I can see it. You know what I mean? Because if Canelo of old, that used to out-punch his opponents with combination, that good movement after he fought Floyd Mayweather, he showed us that he could box a lot.
Against Danny Jacobs,
defense and everything. So he got to get back to that. Stop trying to load up on the power so much, because these guys ain't gonna be there no way. It's the combination punches that get these guys.
How do you see Benavidez and Canelo?
That's a good fight.
Because you were 75, so you can size up these guys and you know.
That's a good fight. And a lot of people got Benavidez winning that fight easy, but I'm telling you, styles make fights. He could be tailor-made for Canelo.
What Roy was telling me is the reason it's such a good fight because the body composition. You got one guy tall and lanky, you got one guy short and stocky.
And it makes for a good action fight, yeah.
If Benavidez gonna come at him, Canelo's gonna try to box.
And see,
Mexican versus Mexican.
And being tall don't give Canelo some advantages, because if he make you miss and you reaching and you lunging and you tall, you leave yourself open for that counter punch. And he's brutal with that. You feel me? And we really don't know if Benavidez has got the chin to take a Canelo punch like that. Because, Plant hit him a lot. Bruh, Canelo can punch, and that's The last thing they look that leaves them is the power to punch.
George Foreman was 46.
He's still gonna be able to knock. He's still gonna be able to punch.
Yeah.
And that Charlo ain't never felt nothing like that. So this is a fight, but I'll know more as it get closer. But right now I'm just, you know.
Talk about the last thing to leave off. Talk about your transition. You being now an analyst and doing things after boxing. How's it going, man?
It's good. It's good. You know, I'm always gonna be a part of the sport because I love the sport, and just to be able to hand down this knowledge and experience. But when these fighters understand that winning is the only thing that matters, they'll make sure they got the right man in the corner. You feel me? That can help them, that can show them, that can teach them. Bruh, it's like the cheat code, really. It's like the cheat code.
You got to fall into the right hands. You fall into the wrong hands, you're going to throw you to the wolves. You know?
These guys got to continue to elevate and advance and get better. Once a fighter stales out and not improving or nothing, then you got
plateaus.
It flat out. You gotta look at it.
That's why it's important for the fighters to go small.
Sometimes change is good.
You know?
Sometimes change is good. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you always.